What's good, everybody? It is Ace here, back with another props video for you guys. Yesterday was insane. We went 3-2 on the main slate, so it wasn't the best day, but we hit we swept both of our PrizePicks plays. We did 2 PrizePicks plays. We hit both of those. On the channel, I gave you guys Fox over 26.5 points. That hit on PrizePicks. He needed OT, but he went he had like 14 or 12 points in the first quarter, and then he scored like 5 points in the next 25 minutes, and it was just so infuriating. But then he hit like a game tying shot with 0 seconds left, and then he cashed an OT, thankfully, because that should have been hit, but it is what it is. Rozier was crazy. That was a crazy chalk. We had him under 3 threes, and if we look in the first half, he shot 0 for 6 from 3 in the first half. It looked like a free cash at halftime, and then the game was a blowout. Like the Hornets were losing by like 20 with like 5 minutes left, and then he hit a 3 with 4 minutes left, and then he hit a 3 with 3.5 minutes left, back-to-back threes, and they were down by 18 and 15 with 3 minutes left. So they were Clifford just left Rozier in the game, and then he had to hook us like that. But we swept PrizePicks today. This was on PrizePicks, this was PrizePicks, this was PrizePicks, and this was PrizePicks. 4-0 on PrizePicks. And then Jalen Smith under 1.5 assists was kind of a wild play, but he had like 3 assists, which is a season high probably. But then our optimizer went insane today. Our optimizer went insane. We went up 27 units today. And our optimizer was insane for all the lifetime folks. It was absolutely like the best optimizer day ever. If we look at all these people that sent green slips, shout out to the boys that are in lifetime. My guy Mig, he cashed. Gordon Points was free. He took Fox. We took his alt line too. That was free. All these optimizer slips were insane. Hero 2.5 threes. Damian Lillard was a lean 2.5 threes. All these optimizer slips that we cashed. So many people cashed today in the Discord. Yeah, we hit a 5-man on the optimizer. We placed this like Friday. Van Vliet, 3 different sports. Van Vliet RA. Ernest Jones had a crazy clutch with like 1.5 minutes left or something, or like 2.5 minutes. But yeah, we hit a 5-man 10x on the optimizer. We hit this 2-man. We hit this 2-man League of Legends and NHL. Crazy combo. And then we hit this 2-man as well. We hit this one. But yeah, we hit like 6 slips today just from the optimizer. I personally went up 27 units today, and you could get the optimizer with lifetime, guys. Remember, you could get the optimizer with lifetime. This is what you get with lifetime, plus all my other props, plus all my Rocket League props when the season starts in a few weeks. The optimizer is $60 a month, guys. I pay $60 a month for the optimizer. You get all the props and slips. You get all my props. You get all my Rocket League props. You get everything, only $200 for lifetime right now. That number is gonna go up to $250 starting Wednesday. Right now I'm doing like a discount. I've already done the discount longer than I said I was, because so many of you guys from YouTube have joined with the discount for $200. But yeah, right now it's 20% off, $200. So many people just made back that $200 today with the optimizer slips. And then yesterday too, optimizer did really well yesterday. So like, you can make your money back so fast, and if you don't, you literally get premium for life. You're gonna get all the Rocket League props, you're gonna get all the NBA props, NFL, MLB. We don't have an off season, guys. I don't have an off season. I do NBA, NFL, MLB, and WWE, NBA, NFL, MLB, and Rocket League. I was thinking about WWE. I'm ready to watch. I'm ready to watch the Royal Rumble. But you get all 4 sports. Every single time that one of those is out of season, there's another one in season. So there's literally no off season for my premium ever. You get the optimizer. But yeah, we went crazy today. Today was absolutely amazing. And then we swept leans as well. Let me find my hit rate. 60% on the main plays. Wasn't the best day. And then we went 4-0 on leans. The leans were great. The leans are like gut plays that I didn't put in my channel, like my main channel. They're kind of plays that you go like half a unit on. But yeah, that leans swept. And then also we did do our giveaway. I told you guys about that yesterday. If I could find the giveaway channel, I told you guys about that yesterday. We had 5 people win. Cock to 72, Zad, Threat, Tank, and D. So congratulations. Go ahead and DM me to get your 30 days of premium. Thank you guys for 1K subscribers. We will be doing probably giveaways every single month. So yeah, let's get into the picks for today. Our first pick is a little bit risky. This is like Kyrie under vibes when we took Kyrie under. It is a superstar under, so you could fade it if you want. Remember, I'm not forcing you guys to take a play. If you don't like the play, you don't have to take it. But it is going to be Donovan Mitchell under 37.5 PRA. So obviously Garland and Mobley are out for this game. So if we go ahead and look at his logs, Garland and Mobley, God, if I could pick the right person. Garland and Mobley out. Obviously this looks a little bit like a really like this hit rate is like, oh my god, that's pretty good, but it doesn't tell the full story. There are 2 games against the Wizards where it was just a complete blowout. So if we look specifically at games with 30+ minutes, I'm being fully transparent. I'm not there are so many people that would take this under and then just be like, yeah, he's gone under in 5 out of 8 games. Well, because 2 of the games were blowouts. So let's look specifically at 30 minutes or more, because he should be playing 30 or more minutes, because this game should not be a blowout. I think the point spread is, if I can find the Cavaliers game, point spread is 3.5 points. So he should be playing 30+ minutes. In games without Garland, without Mobley, 30+ minutes, he's gone under in 3 out of 6, so 50%. He's averaging only 35.7 PRA in that span, and that's including a 57 PR game. So that game is, or that average, that number is really being carried by that 57 PR game. And either way, even with the 57 PR game, he's still averaging less than this 37.5 PR line. So Donovan Mitchell's usage has skyrocketed while Garland and Mobley has been out, which makes sense. That's also why this line is so high, 37.5 PR, 31.5 points. It's kind of crazy, but he's getting like 33% usage in these last several games without Garland and Mobley. But this matchup is really, really bad. Donovan Mitchell is playing the Bulls. And if we look at the matchup real quick, the last 30 days, the Chicago Bulls are allowing the least points per game to point guards in the last 30 days. And if we look at rebounds, the Bulls are allowing the 4th least rebounds per game to point guards. Now, the reason I'm taking PR is because I like his points under, but PR is 6 higher than points, so he would have to get like 7 or more rebounds for points to be better than PR, and I just don't see him getting 7 or more rebounds. The reason the PR is so inflated is because he did have a 12 rebound game against the Nets, which is insane for a point guard, and especially of Donovan Mitchell's stature. He's not like a Luka or a Westbrook or a Ja or a SGA. But if we look at his rebounds when he plays 30+ minutes without Garland and Mobley, including that 12 rebound outlier game, he's only averaging 5.5 rebounds per game. So the fact that it's six higher than points, I do like that under, the value for the unders is there for me. And if we look at point guards that had 30+ usage and 30+ minutes versus the Bulls this season, let's look at that real quick. Point guards with 30+ usage and 30+ minutes, game logs versus Bulls. If we go ahead and look at that, there have been 6 different games, technically 5 different point guards, but 6 different games because Maxey was twice. All 6 of these point guards went under this 37.5 PR line, and I hate doing that, comparing like Donovan Mitchell has his own line, comparing that line of these guys. It just really doesn't make sense. But I'm just showing you guys that like elite point guards haven't really been able to score on the Bulls. Like Curry went under this line. He had 27 points, 5 rebounds. Brunson under, Maxey went under twice, Dame under, Cade under. So those are some really good point guards. Mitchell is very, very good as well, and very incomparable to compare those stats. But some people like that reasoning. So I just trying to be fair, show you guys everything. But yeah, Bulls are allowing the least points per game to point guards in the last 30 days. Caruso has been a great defender. And if you look at this Cavs team, like there's not really anyone to shut down other than Mitchell. I mean, Jared Allen has been great in the paint, and that's like a whole different game other than Mitchell's game, because Jared Allen's just straight paint, that's it. But like everybody else, Max Strus, you're not worried about him. Okoro, you're not worried about him. Dean Wade, you're not worried about him. Karis LeVert off the bench, yeah. But I mean, like, the Bulls should be just solely focused on Donovan Mitchell. Also, Mitchell is averaging 6 free throws made per game in his last 5 games. So he's gotten 6 points per game just from free throws in his last 5 games. And the Bulls are allowing the least free throw attempts per game in their last 10 games out of all teams. So he shouldn't be getting the foul line that much, which is obviously good for his under points. And yeah, he's a superstar, so obviously, he could just take over at any time, just like Kyrie did. So you could fade this if you want, but I like the under here. Go like half a unit on this because it is a superstar, and Mitchell could just pop off whenever he wants. But yeah, under on that one. Another prop I have for you guys is going to be on Sleeper and on Chalkboard. So it's going to be Trae Young double on Sleeper because the value is there on Sleeper, or if you don't have Sleeper and you're on Chalkboard, Trae Young over 9.5 assists. So on Sleeper, his double is 1.43x multiplier, and Chalkboard, his 9.5 assists is 1.3x multiplier. So the value is in the double, but you know, if you don't have Sleeper and you're on Chalkboard, just take his 9.5 assists. I'm not advocating for you to take both, just take one. And double is the preferred one because it's basically the same thing, and yeah, you get a little bit more of a multiplier. So every single game without Hunter, he's gotten the points part of it, points portion of his double. He's gotten 10 plus points in every single game. So really, the double is just leaning on him getting 10 plus assists. So he's over 9.5 assists in 9 out of 14 games without DeAndre Hunter this season, and he's averaging 10.8 assists per game in that span. And if we look specifically without DeAndre Hunter, when he gets 30 plus minutes, he's over this line in 9 out of 12 games, averaging 11.3 assists per game in that span. Currently, this game has a 7.5 point spread, so it could be a blowout, but like not really. Doesn't have insane blowout potential. And the Hawks have just been terrible. Like they got blown out last game against the they lost. They got blown out against the Wizards, which is, I can't believe I'm saying that. And in the game before, I think they got blown out against the Pacers without Halliburton. So they've just been really garbage recently. So I don't really see how they can blow out the Spurs. I mean, they obviously can. It's the Spurs. Anything can happen. But this game could be pretty competitive. If we look at the last 30 days, the Spurs are allowing the 10th most assists per game to point guards. And Trae Young actually has played the Spurs team. It was with DeAndre Hunter. He's averaging a bit more assists per game without DeAndre Hunter than with him. But when he played the Spurs, he had 14 assists. And that was with DeAndre Hunter, and he's averaging a bit more without DeAndre Hunter. So that's really good. Also, if we look, it's going to take me a minute to find what I'm trying to find right here. Okay, pick and roll ball handler. So if we look at pick and roll ball handling, obviously Trae Young, the Hawks run a lot of pick and roll for Trae Young. If we look at pick and roll possessions per game, Trae Young is averaging the most pick and roll ball handler possessions per game out of every single player in the NBA this season. He's averaging 12.5 pick and roll ball handler possessions per game, which is very good. Obviously, he gets a ton of his assists off the pick and rolls, right? So he has a pick and roll where somebody sets a screen for him, and then, you know, after that they leak out, and then he just throws like alleys and gets like Jalen Johnson and Capella, just those easy 2-point shots, right? That's where he gets most of his assists. So the reason that I'm telling you guys about this is because the Spurs, if we look specifically at the Spurs, if I could find this again, I have so many tabs. Shooting, let's go to play type, and then pick and roll for the roll man, right? Because if he's getting an assist, he's passing it to the pick and roll man, which is basically the person that's setting the screen. If we look here, the Spurs are allowing the most field goal attempts, so the most shots per game, to the person that sets the screen. So Trae Young runs the most pick and rolls as a ball handler, and the Spurs are allowing the most shots per game to the person that sets the screen in pick and rolls, and that's where he gets a bulk of his assists from. So this is just a very advantageous spot for his assists, because the Spurs are allowing the most shots per game to the roll man. So that's great. A lot of those passes will be off of Trae Young. He will get a ton of potential assists. So it's just about his teammates hitting their shots. So that's really good, advantageous matchup for Trae Young. He should see a ton of potential assists in this game just because of that fact. So I'm liking that a lot. Advantageous matchup. He had 14 assists against them earlier this season. Should be pretty competitive. I'm not expecting a blowout. I think he should play like 30 plus minutes, but it is the Spurs. So that's why we're going double, a little lower than his 10.5 assist line. And then my last prop for you guys today is on Chalkboard. It's going to be Wemby over 23.5 PR. We look at Wembanyama over 23.5 PR. So he is on a minutes restriction, which is why his alt line is just safer. He has been hitting like his PrizePicks full game prop quite a few times, but that minutes restriction, you just never know, right? So if we look at games without Zach Collins this season, he's over in his six out of 6 games without Zach Collins, which obviously makes a lot of sense. You know, Zach Collins Zach Collins was playing a little bit of center when Wemby was out on the court, which didn't make sense at all. But now that Collins is out, he's averaging 31.7 PR per game without Collins, which is absolutely amazing, especially for this alt line as well. And if we look at the matchup, the Hawks are allowing the 5th most points per game to centers and the 6th most rebounds per game to centers in the last 30 days. So very, very advantageous matchup for Wemby. And also, if we look at the team, and if we look at, gotta find it again, I think it is play type. No. Shot dashboard. And then less than 10 feet. And I gotta find, wait. I gotta find the defense. Like opposing. If I don't find it, I'll just say it because I have it up on my second monitor right now. Okay, I can't find it. But the Hawks are allowing the 3rd highest field goal percentage against shots that are less than 10 feet. So just shots that are like right at the rim, right there. The Hawks are allowing the 3rd highest field goal percentage in their last 10 games. So that's a very, very advantageous matchup for shots that are under 10 feet. And if we look at Wemby's shooting, if we look at the Spurs, Wembanyama, 5 to 10 feet. If we look at under 5 feet, we see he's averaging 6.8 field goals attempted. And then if we look at 5 to 9 feet, he's averaging 1.8 field goals attempted. So that equates to 8.6 field goals attempted per game in his last 6 games that are 1 to 10 feet. So that's a ton of volume there, and the Hawks are allowing the 3rd highest field goal percentage there in that specific zone, and Wemby's just been absolutely amazing there. If we look at his shot chart, in his last 10 games, he's shooting 69% in the restricted area. That's almost 10% above league average. So just an amazing matchup for him. Amazing against, the Hawks are just garbage against centers, and then more specifically, they're garbage against less than 10 feet shots, and that's where Wemby just eats. So I'm loving that matchup for him. And then also Capella's allowing a 34.5% three-point percentage against above the break threes, which is kind of high for a center because usually centers are guarding centers when it comes to that three-point line. So a 34.5% three-point percentage for a center is kind of crazy. And Wemby has been shooting it from above the break. He's shooting it pretty decent. I mean, obviously like not league average because he is a center, but he should be able to hit like 1 or 2 threes in this game. So I'm liking that a lot. For like, you could go like 1 unit on that one. So that's 3 props for you guys. Mitchell under 37.5 PR, half a unit on that. Trey double or over 9.5 assists, and then Wemby over 23.5 PR. You could go 1 unit on that Wemby alt line. But yeah, guys, remember, go ahead. These prices will go in effect Wednesday. Currently, you could buy lifetime for only $200 right now, 20% off. And also, if you just want to try out the premium with just my props, the chat, and then weekly watch parties, you can go ahead and get that too for $15 a month for your first month. So if you've never been in premium before, $15 for your first month. And then I really suggest that you guys buy lifetime though, because Optimizer has just been killing it. Like all these slips were just from today. We had 5 2X's, or sorry, 5 2-mans, so 5 3X's, and then we hit a 10X 5-man. So Optimizer's just been killing it. I haven't been like doing the best in the last 2 days. I've been like somewhat profitable, but not the best, like as good as I could be. So, you know, that's just gonna come. Like my momentum's just gonna come around, because y'all have seen it. Like the last 2 weeks we've been eating in the Discord and the YouTube channel too, but especially in the Discord. I've had it like two meh days, you know. But it is what it is. Optimizer's been carrying. And then also I've been doing pretty well for the last few weeks as well. So make sure you guys take advantage of this. These prices do go in effect Wednesday. So DM me on Discord. The link will be in the description, and the link will also be in my Twitter bio at RealAcePicks if you guys want to go ahead and take advantage of those offers. Wednesday's coming around soon, very, very soon. But yeah, that's all for today. Happy MLK Day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.